Okay, I want to take a second to talk about the difference between thrusting in rapier versus thrusting in armor. If I deliver a thrust in rapier, since it's a lightest touch convention and since my opponent doesn't have any protection, or at least de minimis protection from forceful blows, I make sure that my thrusts are delivered in such a way that they're just touching the opponent. It's the lightest touch calibration. As a result, when my tip touches my opponent, ideally my arm is actually at full extension by the time the tip makes contact, okay? And so from here, if I lunge into my thrust, okay, and you'll even notice I'm breaking my wrist to take the pressure off the thrust. When we're fighting in armor, you don't want that lightest touch calibration. If I did this in armor, they would never take it and I'd get bashed in the head. So, to deliver a thrust in armor, you need to do it forcefully. Now, let's start with the face. If there's an open face grill for your opponent, then it's just basically positive force. And so from here, if I deliver that thrust, okay, I don't have to really heave it in. I just have to give them a good tap to the face such that they'll take it. And I make sure, you notice I'm not just pushing it in there, I'm giving it a good tap, okay? That way they register it as a face thrust and will accept it. The difference between this and rapier, you'll notice that at the time that I hit, I'm continuing to extend. My arm is not at full extension. And that's because I can use my arm to deliver that power. You'll notice I'm also delivering from a supinated hand position. That is because I like to throw that into my offside attack angle. I do that a lot against heater shield fighters. You can of course come over to the same result. You can take an outside angle, whatever you like. I tend to throw supinated up the middle. Finally, if you're throwing to the body, now the body, it has to be a valid blow. Okay, it has to stop your opponent. And so you'll notice when I'm doing it now, if you watch carefully, I'm throwing the thrust the same way that I'd throw an onside shot. In other words, my hips and my shoulders are delivering the power. Okay? My arm is the linkage to the weapon, and I'm rotating to push through that shot. And you've really got to give that a good thrust. Okay? Again, I'm supinating, not only because it helps my forearm and wrist from being injured, but I'm changing the angle. But even so, and even if I don't supinate, I can come up the middle and come over the side, but I'm using my hips and shoulders to still deliver that thrusting power. If you don't thrust with power to the body, you can't reasonably expect your opponent to accept the blow. So that's it. Again, difference between this and rapier is you're going to be close enough that you're not at full extension. You want to give positive force to the face. You want to give a good solid blow, a significant blow to the body, and use your hips, shoulders, and body weight to deliver that forceful blow to the body with a thrust. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.